This is Yvonne Kushe, and this is Kanyuani dedicated to the Kwanza ladies. You love to change my world, and yes you do. I simply can't explain, but I will call you. Oh girls, you're my Kanyuani. Kanyuani, Kanyuani, oh, my. And now I gotta say this 'cause it's true. I can't hide it anymore. You give me shade, and though you paint it color green, I care less for you are my K, my only K. Oh, Kanyuani, my Kwanza.
No, I'm chatting nonsense. But like coming back, like what was that like for you? Because you weren't just coming back or to party, to have a good time. You were coming back to add, to add value to what you're doing, to meet people from different spaces, to interact. You were coming back as a whole representation of Ugandans in North America. So what was that experience like? And even just coupling it with coming and being back home.
It was emotional. When we touched down, I was just bawling my eyes, and those cameras, TVs, then and they had to like take pictures of me. But I was bawling my eyes because it was such a powerful. I never thought I would come back, as Miss Uganda North America. I thought I'd just come home to just visit,
pull your own bags at the airport.
Wait, so what you're saying is coming back as Miss Uganda North America was more impactful for you than if you had just come back just as quick, because when people are away for long, when they come back it will be emotional either way.
It was either way, but also just knowing that
what I've accomplished
it's a crown, right? And it's not something that you can hide, and suddenly and obviously because I'd made my family proud, so that in itself just got me so emotional. But just to go back to what you were asking, I felt, and this is something that even now, when this visit, I'm like, Ugandans are just on a whole other level of entrepreneurship. I'm just so inspired constantly. My mind just explodes every time. I'm in an Uber, and like the Uber drivers have like this side business, this side gig. I'm just like,
what am I doing with my life?
What am I doing with my life?
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
So it was just a pleasant shock for me, because when I left, I don't think we had.
It was still slow. People were still
enjoying. Slow, but also I felt like I was in a bubble, and I didn't get to like reach outside and like. And Uber is helping us with that. You meet people that you wouldn't
have met.
You have like select few places you go to. So you have like select few friends you hang out with. So your life stays the same for a long period of time without interacting with random people.
Exactly. And just all these like pop-up shops, like all these people doing different things, like you guys, I'd be on social media in Canada. I'm just like, hey, because life there is just so like, everything's just so
really there.
It is.
It's amusing because the misconception is always that we're on a slower pace than
the rest of the world.
Well,
is it just Canada?
Well, maybe slower pace, but like things are more rigid. Is that what you're saying?
That is, that's exactly what I mean.
Is it that specific to Canada or abroad?
I'd say abroad in general. I've been to the Americas, so US and Canada is what I can say. It's just very like, everything's just so linear, right? It's just, and here it's just, we have room for mistakes.
Because we're still
we're still growing, and there's room, but they're already like established. Everything is like there. They don't really like, and I don't want to say they're not as creative as we are.
Maybe
but because there's so much.
Damn, girl! I didn't. Excuse me. Had something on my throat. You were saying
there's vacuums here. There's vacuums in Africa and Uganda. And so people are just are awake and woke.
I think,
and they want to like create things and just I think
those are some of the perks of a growing economy. Although they come with like so many pitfalls and like problems and actual potholes, but like the growing economy has some really good perks in terms of trial and error. So
and also when you're just catching on, there's so many opportunities for people to tap into like new stuff. I guess those guys, they're already they had like light years ahead, so now they've reached a point where you can't invent anything new those ends.
What can we do? You know?
Yeah.
Let's form some other move.
Let's talk about
all
music.
I have to do is literally copy someone else's stuff and bring it here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because it's not here
It's not here yet. So the music.
Yes. I had like jumped the gun because I was just like, if this interview ends before we discuss the music, I will just... Today I saw a video where Kushe is in her element.
What video was that?
That song needed some more promo. Yeah, I'm just telling you.
What video is that? Is that an old video?
No, it's an old song.
It's an old song. Is it the one where you're in the field?
Okay, so there's a video of Kushe on Facebook. Please look it up if you can. Performing this song that she released a while back. This song, first of all, promotes Africa in so many ways. It promotes Chirura. So for me, it's like special to my heart.
She wrote for her people.
And then it has an amazing video.
I think I've watched this video.
Take You to Africa.
Yeah, I've watched that video.
What headspace were you in when you did that song?
When I wrote that song, when I first started just like writing a sketch of the song, I had this conversation with a foreigner from the States who, you know, when people have like a single story of like what Uganda or Africa is.
Yep.
And you know, like, these weird questions, I don't even like to repeat them because it just makes me cringe.
Were you offended by them?
Of course I was.
You were.
Did they ask if we lived in huts?
Those type of things.
It's okay, we get the gist.
Safe, you know, that's like everywhere you go in the world, I won't lie to you, there's places in Vancouver where I live where I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
And that's like first world, you know?
Yeah.
And there's places where you feel safe here and unsafe.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that anywhere you go. Otherwise, we'd just be walking, you know,
without, you know.
Actually, we'd be walking like this.
Exactly. But, you know, it's safe and unsafe everywhere in the world. So this guy was asking me, you know, about, you know, like safety in Uganda. It's like, oh, you know, like Kony stuff. I'm just like, oh my God.
You know, I used to get offended all the time. But I'm like, Kony? Really?
Yeah.
But
then I was like,
you know,
educate.
Educate.
Yeah.
Educate. But
you know,
it's
let me first appreciate Cynthia. For the longest time, this is something, just a quality about you, and you're a phenomenal woman too, but it's a beautiful quality that, you know, I've always admired, is just her empathy. See, like me, I'm just here, I was offended. She's just like, but pause.
Feel sorry for them.
They didn't know, you know. And you know, it's true. And we have to always have, you know, that empathy of Bambi. Not everyone knows.
Yeah. Can I say this?
The way that person asked also kind of, you know, when someone asks you a question that they're just trying to just put you down. But your country, but...
Like,
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. There's people for us at our home. For us at our home, you need to at least, if you're going to have a conversation about someone's country, you need to at least remove the bias. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Stop adding bias to things you know nothing about. So the people who ask like that usually act like they know.
That's people, why I was offended.
Yeah, usually ask like they know, like, oh, I know this because I saw it in the news. What you saw was a Kony 2012 campaign that didn't make sense to anyone, and you had like 2 sentences of it, and now all of a sudden, because people who bring up those conversations, sometimes they just do it to offend. That's which is very annoying.
Yeah. It is annoying, and that's why I wrote that song, you know. And I didn't want it to just be so, like I was attacking this person, but I just wanted to like add a love twist to it, and that's why in the song, you know, you can hear like, oh, you know, like, baby, I'll take you to a place where our food comes straight from the ground and to your plate, you know, and my mom won't be happy with you eating cheeseburgers and fries, you know. So I just wanted to like not make it,
to package it in a way that makes it easier for the people to take it in,
digest, and not just, it wouldn't just be directed to that person who offended me, but to just like everyone, you know, that someone who is in love, who would like to visit Africa, you know, would enjoy that song too. All
right, now when you were in Canada, you were there for 4 years straight. What were you looking for? What made you move? Like what what gave you that last push to say, you know what, let me leave home, let me take this chance in life? Like, what gave you that motivation? Because leaving home, from my perspective, is hard work. And I was going here, neighbor, just here. So like, what was that like
for me? And you know, I've always told myself I would move for two reasons. You know, for school, or if, you know, I was just, maybe if I was like married and, you know, my family had to move or something like that. School, you know, like any opportunity, even like for music. And I'm sure you guys knew about my relationship. You know, I had a long-term boyfriend, and we lived here at first before we moved to Canada. You know, we thought it would be great, you know, maybe do school there. So yeah, we moved. Then boyfriend. we separated, unfortunately, but it was on good terms. But yeah, you know, it was just, you know, let's try something new. And it wasn't really like, oh, we're moving to Canada. We wanted to move to like different parts of the world because we loved that. We were very adventurous. And we wanted, I remember the first time we like thought of like where we could go. We thought of Cuba. Just so like, Cuba. I know. But we're just looking at
how adventurous are you?
Is that exactly? Is spontaneity like one of your favorite? Okay.
Because I thought it was more of like a hard planned, thought out decision.
We did think long and hard about it because my family too was involved. You know, they didn't want me to leave. But you know, we talked about it and, you know, we discussed the pros and cons. And we just thought, you know, because I also believed in my heart of hearts that maybe music would be better there. You know, be exposed to like different genres.
Is it not? What?
I don't want to say it's not. It is, but the city that I live in, I won't lie, it's been really, really hard for me to break into the music scene there. Because number one, there's hardly I don't want to say it's about like the black population, but I feel like because my music is more like Afrocentric, you know. It's just been really hard for me to break into Vancouver. The scene there is more, I'd say like that genre.
I don't know what that genre is called. I just say you have to go
house electric. You know.
I've had a few gigs. I'm really grateful for Vancouver, and that's why I actually decided I'm now moving to Quebec, Montreal.
So spontaneity, you decide up and leaving, grab all your kunta. And you moved to Canada.
And I moved to Canada. The first 6 months were the hardest.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Why?
What was it? Because you speak French. There was very little language barrier on that ground.
To be fair, Vancouver is not really French speaking, so I didn't have a problem with like language there.
Do they speak normal English?
Oh yeah, it's just they had like a problem. Like sometimes people wouldn't understand me. Because I remember when I got my first job, like people would not understand when I'd say car, because we don't say car here, like you know, roll our eyes and everything like door, you know, like open the door, you know. People wouldn't like shut the door like that.
How do you say literally? Do you say literally or literally?
That's what they say.
Also, like small little irritating things,
Those things that for us, Banyang,
soda. You want soda? Soda.
That they actually call it pop there.
Pop.
Like,
okay.
It's like sometimes I'll order for soda. It's just like
so the shift, trying to adjust to how things are different between here and there.
Was that why the 6 months were hard? Because sometimes I feel like maybe the language or the what's the word? The languages are not as bad as maybe other things. Culture shock. Were you shocked culturally?
Oh yeah. I mean, at first we went to visit. We had like the visit first in 2013, I think. I can't remember. We had the visit, you know, just to, you know, like visit family, get to know each other, and then I came back, and then we decided to move after. But when I moved back, like moved, this time I'm not like touring, I'm here. When you're uprooted from like your soil where you know like everything, you don't have to explain things are not explained to you, just know like Kampala, you get it, you know, and you just have to like be now like planted into this whole other different soil. It's so I cannot explain. It's easy for some people. It was just so hard for me because I was so integrated here. I had so many friends, and it's so hard to make friends Oh my God.
It
so hard
is.
to make
But
friends
you're
in.
such a lovely person. How? Who didn't like you?
I don't know.
You know, that's very interesting, because the things that usually people are expected to be shocked by is either, say, like here our culture is not that fast paced, like, you know, the fast paced thing would be shocking, but things like making friends,
I know, that's crazy.
that's something I think we take for granted.
I forget what the stats are, but a huge number of people in Vancouver self-describe as lonely.
Self-describe.
Yes, and this is not like loneliness of, oh, I don't have a boyfriend, you know, I don't have like
lonely as in nothing.
They're just
lonely
alone.
because it's just the emptiness. People, like, do you know how you like shop, maybe you go to the same hangout as someone, you see each other there a lot, you start then, if you see yourselves at the hangout, it's almost like you're already friends automatically. You don't even know how you met, but you know the face is familiar, and then you start talking.
That's not the case there.
Nope. It's
Everyone
so
is in their
But then again, Uganda is one of the friendliest countries in the world. So I think we took our kajanja into the world.
I took the kajanja too.
No, but like we do it in different forms. You know what I mean? Like, say, when foreigners come, wherever people travel, how we express what we feel about people's posts online. So we are too friendly. The world is not ready. Is that it?
I think so. And maybe
I think the extreme, the extreme, you know. Looking back, if you were faced with the same decision, knowing what you know now, would you do it all over again?
Like, decision to like move to Canada? Oh, that's tough. Wow. I would, because
I mean, you talked about good timing, everything you've learned from being abroad, how you've grown. Think about all that, and then see, like, if you had remained here, do you think you would have picked the same things, or
no.
you know?
And that's why, you know, I say God's timing is always perfect, and His plans for us are always perfect. I think that it was important for me. I needed to be removed from this pond and swim in other waters
and thrust into the world,
which is really sad. This is going to like actually trigger some people. It was important for me to move in order for me to appreciate Uganda. And this is what most people say, you know, when they leave the country, it's like you start to appreciate home. Like, once you leave, you're like, whoa. You know, and like now when I come back for just like these short visits, I'm just like, yes, so can I stay? You know, but I'm already like, you know, I already have like a job there, and so you know, I can't just like make such rash decisions and say, okay, now I'm just gonna stay.
We're ready for you whenever.
I know.
We stay ready. We stay ready. And I appreciate you coming for this interview so much.
I
know. Because Kushe, your music should be inspiring like the up and coming kids right now. I'm talking up and coming in high school. Recently I interviewed a 19-year-old boy who sings like Sam Smith. Oh my God.
Who's this?
He's so good. He's Ugandan. He actually goes to school here, and he's in S6.
Wow.
So there's kids already 19 years old. You're still in high school. You have an EP out. Like, my friend, the home is here for you.
It's here.
On the real, like with the music, with your creativity on social media, with thinking about acting though. About acting. I would like to see that, and also
I really would like to see.
Me
you act,
too.
Actually.
Yeah.
I think you'd be. I mean, from what we already see, you know,
you're already there. We're plugging you. When we are reading out titles in the future, introducing Kushemererwa to a stage.
Titles. Things of titles, by
not even titles, but you know what I mean. Like, what else do you want to add onto the template, onto the tray, the plate?
Look like?
The future of Kushe. It just excites me even thinking. I feel a little something. I definitely want to come back home and apply myself here, both in the arts, but also I feel like there's a vacuum here for, I shouldn't say a vacuum, but we need to do more in terms of, you know, sensitizing people, the communities about like mental health issues, addiction. This is huge here, by the way. Alcohol addiction is it's crazy.
It's really bad.
And also, you know, just I really would love to serve in any way that I can. Who knows? Maybe ambassador of Uganda to Canada.
I mean, it could happen.
Wow. Like, we just gave you like, we gave you a crumb and you just took the whole.
All you need is a seed.
Bakery.
All you need is a seed. That seed will germinate.
I took the bakery.
You took the bakery.
Oh, bakery.
Everything. You know, the cakes.
That's great.
Yes. No, I really want to serve.
I mean, with being Miss Uganda North America, ambassador to Canada isn't too far-fetched,
It's
you
not
know?
too far.
It really isn't.
It's not too far, you guys. I have my eye on that.
Make it happen.
And I really, because I feel like there's just...
You don't
we can
forget,
bridge that gap.
forget us. Eh? You just remember where it started.
Yeah.
Remember the bakery that was taken?
Like a bakery. Can you my